Picture this. You're sipping your morning coffee, scrolling through your phone, and suddenly you see an article about yet another teenage prodigy who's invented a revolutionary AI, written a best-selling novel, or mastered 12 languages before their 16th birthday. You sigh, take another sip of coffee, and think, well, I guess I missed the genius train. But what if I told you that genius isn't about IQ? That it's not just for child prodigies, mathematical savants, or once-in-a-generation minds? What if genius is a habit, a way of thinking, a set of behaviors, rather than an inherited gift? This is exactly what Craig Wright explores in The Hidden Habits of Genius. He dismantles the myth that geniuses are simply born that way and shows us the practical, sometimes surprising, habits that can help anyone develop genius-level thinking. So, AudiblePages will dive in and uncover what separates the truly exceptional from the rest of us mortals. And don't worry, no quantum physics degree required. Chapter summaries and expansions 1. Geniuses are curious rebels. The power of unconventional thinking from an early age. We're taught to follow the rules, color inside the lines, and not ask too many questions. But geniuses? They do the exact opposite. They don't just ask why, they ask why not. Think about Leonardo da Vinci, one of history's greatest polymaths. The guy dissected human cadavers illegally just to understand anatomy. He sketched flying machines centuries before airplanes existed. He kept notebooks filled with bizarre, unexplored ideas, some of which wouldn't be understood for another 500 years. Or take Steve Jobs. As a kid, he was so obsessed with electronics that he cold called Bill Hewlett, the co-founder of Hewlett-Packard, at home just to ask for spare parts for a project. Most of us would hesitate to email customer support. Jobs went straight to the top. That bold curiosity led him to revolutionize the tech industry. Lesson: curiosity isn't just a personality trait. It's a habit. Geniuses question everything. They refuse to accept the status quo. And that's what leads to groundbreaking discoveries. Actionable insight. Instead of passively accepting what you're told, start questioning everyday assumptions. Take one thing you've always believed and ask, is this actually true? Or just something we've been conditioned to accept? Genius often begins with a simple refusal to accept the ordinary. 2. Geniuses are relentlessly persistent. The 10,000-hour myth. We've all heard the idea that 10,000 hours of practice makes you a master. But here's the catch. Not all practice is created equal. Take Beethoven. His father forced him to practice piano for hours as a child, so much so that young Ludwig often cried at the keyboard. But did that alone make him a genius? No. What made Beethoven extraordinary was his obsessive refinement of his craft. He didn't just practice blindly. He experimented, rewrote, and obsessively revised his compositions. His genius came from a relentless pursuit of better, not just from repeating the same scales over and over. The same goes for athletes like Michael Jordan. He wasn't born the best basketball player. He was actually cut from his high school varsity team. But he outworked everyone, analyzing every flaw in his game, constantly evolving. Lesson: genius isn't just about working hard. It's about working smart. It's about deliberate, focused improvement, not just time logged. Actionable insight. Instead of just putting in hours, ask yourself, how can I practice better? What small adjustments can I make to refine my craft? Genius isn't just effort. It's strategic effort. 3. Geniuses are playful. The power of experimentation. Most people assume genius is all about serious, disciplined work. But here's a little-known secret. Playfulness fuels creativity. Einstein was known for daydreaming about what it would be like to ride a beam of light. Picasso once said, "Every child is an artist." The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. Da Vinci? He spent hours watching water swirl in a bowl just for fun. And yet those observations helped him understand fluid dynamics long before modern physics. Lesson: being too rigid can kill innovation. Geniuses embrace curiosity, experimentation, and playfulness, which often leads to unexpected breakthroughs. Actionable insight. Set aside time to play with ideas. Brainstorm wild business concepts, doodle, ask ridiculous what-if questions. Some of the best ideas in history started as jokes or accidents. For geniuses are obsessed, you know those people who get completely lost in their work, who forget to eat, sleep, or even shower because they're so immersed in what they love. That's a telltale sign of genius. Think about Elon Musk. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. The guy is obsessed with his vision. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, it's all consuming for him. And that's not a flaw. It's a feature. Geniuses don't just like what they do. They live and breathe it. Lesson: passion alone isn't enough. True genius requires deep, relentless obsession. Actionable insight: find what excites you and dive in completely. The world tells us to find balance, but real breakthroughs often come from imbalance, from going all in. 5. Geniuses think in metaphors. The art of connecting the unrelated, one of the most powerful tools of genius thinking. Metaphors. Shakespeare didn't just write plays. He infused them with deep psychological truths using metaphors. Steve Jobs didn't just build computers. He applied principles of calligraphy to make typography beautiful. The best ideas often come from cross-pollination, taking inspiration from completely different fields and blending them in unique ways. Lesson: innovation happens when you mix disparate ideas. The most original thinkers don't just master one subject. They pull from everywhere. Actionable insight: expose yourself to diverse influences. Read books outside your field, travel, listen to people with opposing viewpoints. Genius is often just a well-mixed cocktail of unexpected ideas. Conclusion: cultivating your own genius. Here's the big takeaway. Genius isn't genetic. It's a mindset. Stay curious and challenge assumptions. Practice deliberately, not just mindlessly. Be playful and open to experimentation. Get obsessed with what excites you. Think metaphorically and connect ideas across disciplines. The best part? You don't need to be born brilliant to apply these lessons. You just need to make a choice to think differently, act boldly, and lean into your unique way of seeing the world. So go out there, be curious, be obsessed, and most importantly, have fun with it. As Einstein said, creativity is intelligence having fun. And who doesn't want to have a little more fun while unlocking their inner genius?